Good morning everyone, or good evening if it's evening where you are when you're watching this. It's Donna here. I'm so glad you have decided to pop by. So in today's video we are continuing with the folio. I started part 1 a couple of videos ago. At the end of that last video we left it where I had cut all the backing sheets for the envelopes and I had covered the flaps here. I'd cover the inside of this one, but then I left it at that. So what I went away and did was cover the inside of this envelope and this envelope here. Trying to get it all on. These are papers in the correspondence kit, and I think just for ease, unless I state otherwise, like everything will be in the kit, you know, just assume everything is in the kit that I'm using. So I did that, and then I went ahead and attached them onto my inside layer sheets. This was cut out in the last video too. I had that cut to size. I also did one for the back. That's where we are up to. I stuck the back one in. This I covered in the last video, this pocket, so I stuck that down. And the only other thing I did was add a magnet into here. And I added one into here. And there's also one in here. So I've positioned this one so that it can use the magnets from this one. Like that. Then the only other thing I did was I covered the spine on the inside. Now I use this paper, the Simply Made Crafts by Helen Griffin album reinforcing paper. Now I got this on a recommendation and I'm not sure if I used it wrong. There's no instructions actually on the paper, but I had real trouble making it stick. I did use glue. I don't know, perhaps if you're supposed to use tape, but I really had to work that to get it stuck, and it also bumps and rays a little bit. Now I can live with that. I would prefer if it wasn't there, but again, I couldn't find the instructions, and I think I looked on the internet. I couldn't see anything there that specified using glue or tape. So if you've got experience with it, if you could just maybe pop a little comment down below, that would be great, and then I'll know for next time. But once I've done that, I then just put some washi tape over that spine. I thought the colours and the style, it's just this one, it's a cheaper one, but I thought the colours in that went really nice with the colours in the papers. So now, after that really quick overview, a couple of things left to do is to glue my envelopes down and then glue this into the front of here. I did also ink around in pumice stone. So I'm going to apply glue onto these bits, and then I know I've got glue in the right place. And then they should just close like that. Okay, now at the end of that video I was saying I was just going to stop it where I was because I didn't want to go any further with the tags, these tag pockets, because there were two different ways that you could cut them, and I just wanted to quickly explain what I meant. So what I did mean was you could either, so they're on your page like this, and then you've got your pockets like that. So you can either just cut down each side, which is what I've obviously done on this one. But what you can also do is, if you don't want to glue here, which is often what I don't want to do, because, and if you've watched me for a while, I have spoken about this before, but I don't like a pocket that's open on one side and then a pocket that's glued on the other. I think it looks uneven, and it just annoys me a little bit. It's just a personal preference. So what you can do is cut it out, but then leave about, how much is that? Say an inch? Let me check. 3/4 of an inch or about 2 centimetres on this side or this side of your tag, which means you can fold it in and you can use that as like a gusset, and then you've got a pocket that fully opens. So there's 2 different ways of doing that, and I just wanted to let you know. This one, I think what I'm going to do is put it onto here, like stick it onto here to make an extra pocket. And what I can do is just put glue down here, just down this side, and it gives me a pocket that I can use. And the same then on this side as well. I'll get this pocket. So you still get the whole use of that pocket just by having it glued down the middle, and the magnet should still close if your magnets are strong enough. So this can go anywhere really. I quite like the idea of having it flush with that, but it also might look nice bringing it in a little bit and being able to see some of these numbers. As long as it doesn't block this, it's fine. I've also got this recycled packaging, which I thought could maybe go there. So it could either be stuck down, or it can be a flip. Also, it could be a pocket. There are some tags in the kit, and you could possibly fit a tag in there as well. So a pocket might be nice, because then I don't need to worry about adding anything onto here. So I might just pop that nice and central in the middle, like that. So I think I will get everything, all of those bits stuck on. So I'm going to position that onto there, stick down the bag. Just to let you know as well, I did use some scrap paper from the cut-offs just to back the top of these, because they are a little bit visible, and I just thought it would finish it off nicely. Also with each tag are the pockets, so you can either have the same colour on the same tag, or you can mix them up a little bit. So you can have that on the front and then that on the back, which I think I might do because I quite like the blue with the blue, and also there's quite a bit of beige going on. So there's 2 style of pockets as well. This one that just comes across, quite a shallow pocket, and then there's this kind of diagonal one. And I also like the beige, matching the beige there. So I think I'm going to do it like that. And these have been sized to fit straight on, and you get plenty of room because of the tabs here. If you don't want them, just cut them off and you can just kind of stick it down, and then you'll just have a pocket with less depth. Just make sure as well that it shouldn't be a problem, but just make sure that your pockets don't overlap. You see there's a nice gap there. If they do, just see mine's doing it there, just take a little bit off, and all that will do is create less bulk, and it'll just lie flatter. There we go. So let's get these stuck on, and then you can use tape, you can use glue, up to you. This is printed on matte photo paper, so it's a really nice quality paper. It's a little bit sturdier, so you might want to double up with tape and glue if you're using a thicker paper. My tacky glue, I'm sure, will hold just fine. I'm not worried about it. So we can now pop all of this as one unit on the inside of the front cover. So what I did on this side, because I had this issue with this struggling to stick down, I did actually use some double-sided tape running around to help give this a little bit of support, you know, in sticking down. And also just for some extra security when sticking the page down. So I went around the inside of this paper where it folds over, because I didn't want to risk anything showing. Now for this, I think I'm going to put some tape around the outside and then put collal onto here, because it's quite nice and sturdy. It shouldn't go through. So I'm going to try putting a little bit of tacky glue on here, just on top of where I have put that tape, to give me some wiggle room. And also that tape acts as a barrier, so I'm not too concerned about that going through. Then on this side, I'm going to put some glue, but I don't need to worry about how far along to go because I do have this glue here. So I'm just going to pop some collal onto there. Try not to get it too overly saturated, but at the same time put a decent amount on. I'm going to get my spreader, just spread that a little bit. I don't want to go too far to the edge because I don't want to risk smudging my ink. Okay, moment of truth. I'm going to stand up. And I think I've not done too bad. Let's just get that really nice and burnished down. How are we looking? Yeah, pretty good to me. So this is what we're looking like. I don't think I'm going to put much on the back. We've got a lot going on here and I've only got so much room, although the spine is a nice size. I just don't, obviously we haven't filled the pockets yet. Now in terms of what to do next, I've got a few ideas. One option is to put some holes and some elastic and then thread some paper through and kind of create a notebook of sorts. But when I think of a folio, I kind of think of it as being something to store receipts or maybe business cards, postcards that you might have picked up from a day out, things like that. Not so much a junk journal or a journal where I would do lots of writing. That's just my take on it, and that's how I would probably use a folio. And all the tags and anything that I put inside pockets, I would use to attach to those things, to write just the dates, where I've picked it up and things like that. So I could put pages in, but I don't know if that is how I would best use it. I could just put holes and put some elastic, and then it gives me the option of putting anything I want in there. My other idea is one that I'm not sure if it will work until I've done it. And it involves the jumbo tags that are in the kit. And what I've done with this is I've obviously cut it out. And I found the middle section and I scored an 1/8 either side of the middle to create a little spine. So the spine's 2/8 and it fits inside this spine here. I think I worked out, no, the spine is 3/8. I think I worked out that this spine is it's 1/2 inch, so I think I did 3/8, and it just fits inside there. And I was thinking, you get 3, so this was like my tester one, which I would have used, but I mucked up the inside, don't like it. So I'm just going to use it as a test. So you would stick it in there, but it won't fit two, kind of like that. So the option is to have one and then have another one sitting here. So I've got it that I can flick, and it will just flick over like that. Or to have one there, and then put another one about here and stick it over that way. So I've got 2 going in a big line. The only way to know is for me to do it. I'm reluctant to, because I really like them, and I've backed them on to some cream, like thin cardstock, thicker paper. They look really nice and neat. So I'm really reluctant to try it, but I think I'm just going to have to. So I've got my little scoreboard here, and I found that midsection, that middle line where I would fold. And I put that in between the space here. And then I went 1/8 either side. And if you fold that, okay, and that gives us our little spine there. So if we do the same with this one, put the middle into a notch, put it up to the top so then you know you've got it nice and secure. And then go 1/8 either side of that middle. So there we have our spines, and what I meant was we can either stick this one inside that one, so stick the spines together, and then they would both stick into there. So the spine would be stuck down, but you could still, but the book would close kind of like that. You could still close your book, I think. Or what the other option was, I was thinking, is to have one here, and then the other one would need to be sat inside it like that, and then they would close like that. I'm not sure what to do, so I need to go and have a think about it, but just to give you an idea of my thought process. So I'll do some inking while I have a think, and then I'll get back to you and see what I've decided. I think this might work. So I've got some low tack tape here onto this washi tape, so you know it'll be fine. I should be able to pull that off just to keep it in place. So what will happen is that will be stuck there, and then when that's closed, it will close flat. So I actually quite like the look of having this one here, because you could also put something here. I did have a look at kind of staggering them, but I'm not as keen on that. And also it does push out a little bit more than this, and I think it starts to look a bit untidy, but I do think that looks nice. So I think my option is to do that, one inside the other, and it will close flat like that, and then I've still got this space here. Fingers crossed for me. This could go horribly wrong, but you know, if it does, I'll just take it off and start again. My other issue though is that I've used washi tape on here, so I'm going to need some very, very strong tape. So I'll have to use maybe this red line tape with glue just to make sure it sticks. I think it should be okay. So do we want that on the outside, Or do we want this on the outside? I like this because it matches this. That might be a little bit too in your face when you've got all this going on. Although it probably makes the better cover. What I'll do in there then is maybe have some pockets or extra places to write. I'm going to do it. So the first thing I'm going to do is pop some tape down here and some glue. And I'm going to put that one inside there. And what I'm doing now is just giving these creases a really good burnish to help them stay in place. A bit like muscle memory for paper. It'll just train it to fold. And also it pushes the paper right into the glue. Made a little bit of a mess, so I'm just going to get my glue eraser and sort that out. Put some red line tape on. It's just the right size, this tape, to fit in this spine. Hey, it works. Yes, success. Right, let's get this nice and pressed down. I'll probably think about a closure for there at some point. And then really, now that the base is put together, it's just a case of using all the bits and bobs to add to it, really. So there's plenty to go at. There's two kits. There's a paper kit and an ephemera kit, because I couldn't fit it all onto one. So in the ephemera kit, you get loads of labels and things, sticky stuff. And also with the papers, with it being a collage, you can actually cut elements out as well from the paper. There's like loads of little postcards, other cards that you can use, make little books out or whatever. Here are the tags. Oh, we've got this as well. These are some more. So what I could do is like another project even. I could make a completely new project out of what I've got left. You know, it's not like a one and done. It's quite a variety in there. So yeah, these are the tags for going into places. We've also got these things in the kit, which I've cut and folded. And I'm planning on making some notebooks and popping those in there. And that way I can still make a note of things, but I haven't got a full-blown kind of like junk journal within the folio. So something like this I thought would either go in there. And then I've got this little thing here, which I thought would be nice, sat in a pocket. So the options are to use a tag instead of using it on one of the tag pockets. It's just to use one here, and that would fit that in. Which I think looks nice. I've also got this, which is a vellum envelope from Oliver Bonas. I don't know if you have that shop in America, but it's a lovely shop, which could go there. I could just recycle that. I got a gift tag in there. And I could pop that in there, then I'm not losing any detail. The only thing with that is I don't like being able to see sellotape, like glue or sellotape. So I'll have to have a look what I've got to stick that down. And what I could do is actually keep the note that was in with the voucher in there with it. It's the right colour, and it's just a place for me to keep that keepsake. I think I will go for this one, and then just very sparingly pop some glue on. So I hadn't decided to put it on as a pocket, but in my head I must have decided, because that's what I've done. So I've glued that on 3 sides. That's not too bad because it's that thicker kind of see-through vellum. That's not showing too badly. Okay, so I think we're getting there. Next time we'll finish off. So we will do something with these, get some pages stuck into there, and do some decorating with the stickers and get the tags cut out, put those where they need to be, and perhaps fill some of the pockets as well. So we'll leave it there for today. Did mean to mention as well that if you have my file folder kit, it's not essential to have it to use this, but it does work really nicely with it. You could even put it on the front, but the colours go really nicely. I mean, if I'd have thought that could have been like a flip down like that to keep that closed, could have acted as a closure. So perhaps I'll think about doing something like that. Where I need a closure, I'll have a think about closures as well. But you've also got in that kit like labels, which go really nice. So you could put a label on there like that. Actually, I may do that. I quite like the look of that. There's loads of stuff. There's also these. Oh, look, so there's like smaller ones as well. There's also these ones, little green labels in there. And then you've got little cards, typewriters, loads of different things that you can be going at in there. Just loads of different things, really. Little pointy hand is always good. So yeah, I just wanted to say, if you've got this and you only wanted to purchase either the paper kit or the ephemera kit of this, then perhaps you could kind of double up and maybe just buy the papers, and then you've got stuff in there to go at already. Just something to think about, which I thought I would mention. I also have, if I can find it, this closure, which I got from Amazon. It's a pack of 8, I think. So there's 2 this colour, 2 black, 2, I think, like a darker brown, and then 2 like muted pink colours. And it goes on like this. So you put kind of one there, and that fastens on there like that. And then it just loops around, sticks at the back, and then that's the closure. And you could leave quite a lot of room there for your folio to expand. So I'm going to add one of those on as well next time. So thank you for joining me today. I hope to see you next time. There is a playlist for this folio that I've started. So there's last week's video, this week's video will be in it, and any other further videos will go in there as well. So you can see the whole process from start to finish. But I will say goodbye for now, and I will see you next time. Take care of yourselves. See you soon. Bye.